I'm here at the County Museum in Cavan, which is a fantastic museum. If you have a chance of coming along, definitely do and go in. But I'm here to meet a guy who is as obsessed with my favourite form of transport as I am, the bicycle. Cavan County Museum is in an old convent secondary school, and Kevin Doherty is here today because he has a couple of little jobs to do.
Now that's a real over there, Ronan, and it's an unusual bike. I love the old bicycle. I always have one or two in the van, and if I see a lovely backdrop for a photograph, you can rest assured I'll stop the van.
Okay.
I could go out for a half an hour and wouldn't come back for 6 hours.
So you take out the bike,
yeah,
and you put it in front of whatever you see.
I would.
And then you take a photograph.
I would.
All right.
And if I see an old thatched cottage in particular, with a half door, you can rest assured one of these will be propped against it. And I can see the old lady with the elbows on the top of the half door.
That's fake news.
It's fake news. But no, it's just, I go back in time. That story there now, that picture, and the story I would take from that is when this was St. Clair's Convent, and perhaps a mum of one of the daughters that's in school has been asked to come up.
Right.
By one of the teachers or the nuns.
Okay.
To speak about her daughter, perhaps. And they'd park the bicycle there. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
But this is my imagination.
The second job Kevin has to do here at the Cavan County Museum today is to check on some of the exhibits, which he has provided. So is that the oldest one you have?
That would be the oldest one on display here. That would be prior to the normal brakes that you have there. It pushes onto the tyre and the bicycle down.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. But mind you, going back to my own school days, you very seldom have ever used a front brake. Because if you did, you were going over the handlebars.
If all the bikes were black, how did people know which was theirs if they were going to an event where there's a lot of bikes, like a mass?
They had their own particular spot where they would leave their bicycle. Ronan could leave his bicycle on top of Tommy Riley's. Okay? And we'd be chatting outside before we go in, and we'd be chatting away inside in the chapel.
Right.
So you can rest assured we come out together as well.
And you'd know where it was? And
you'd know where it was.
One of you'd remember?
Well, an uncle of mine, Tommy King, God be good to him, he passed away there. But he would tell you the story, as young men would set off for Croke Park. Now, that'd be in the 30s and 40s, when Cavan were in Croke Park.
And how would they find their bikes after, if there's thousands of people in Croke Park and thousands of black bikes?
Usually what they did, they always went to the same spot, by and large. Okay, and if there was 10 of them, or 20 of them, they put the shiniest bike or the best bike in against the ditch or in against the wall. Okay, and they put the worst bike out here.
Right.
So if I was inclined to come out from Croke Park and say, oh, I like that bike there, I couldn't get at it. And I wouldn't take the old one.
So they leaned 10 or 20 bikes up against each other?
They did.
Kevin's interest in old bikes comes from two women in his life. His mother?
She taught me how to ride the bike, not knowing, because I took it out one evening and down the hill, you know, fell a number of times, the knees were cut as well. But she'd carry you to mass, or she'd bring you over the football trainer on the carrier.
And in honour of the second woman in his life, a few years ago, Kevin organised a world record attempt high Nelly get together.
And they were taking them out of hedges, out of ditches, you name it. We established a cancer charity in memory of my late wife, Attracta. She was a breast cancer patient, and rightly she said to me, Kevin, cancer won't win. And it didn't win, because her memory lives long and far, and I've met so many wonderful people, but for Attracta's cancer I wouldn't have met. Okay. And everything to do with the High Nelly came from Attracta's cancer.
Oh.
And it was an opportunity to just meet more people.